Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines, where last episode I may have added in one too many cargo harbours in the last episode in that brand new dock/port area we built, and today we're going to try and rectify it. I'm going to get rid of a few and I want to replace and add in the ferry depot and the cruise ship harbour as an additional way to, one, bring people in and out of the region, and two, finally set up some form of ferry connection across the bay water in the Woodville area. Now, if you guys have been enjoying the series so far and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new right here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But I think, and I'm going to say this really quietly right now, I think we've got rid of the train traffic because you guys helped me with the node placement. Just saying it, guys. I'm only saying it quietly just in case it's still there. But let's take a little look. So, is it gone? It's still kind of there, but it ends here. So, technically, come on. Have we solved it? I think so. But anyway, this is what we built last episode. A little bit chaotic. It kind of felt like it was all over the place. I feel like I tried to do too much in such a short episode and it just came out like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of the rail line that leads into this. So, goodbye. It was nice to know you. But I'm not going to get rid of it completely, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Now. All the cars are now just disappearing. I want to change the road approach as well, because now as we're only technically having these three in here, we can change it up a little bit. Now, the road network's a little bit crazy. It's all over the place right now, and I think we could kind of get away with implementing, let's go to the highways here. The singular, it's this one here, isn't it? Yeah. Where it becomes a single lane leading down to here from this double, but I'm going to allow it to merge both from a double. I know lane math is... Actually, then again, we're not really going to have much traffic. So do you know what? Forget this, boys. We're going to go for the singular instead. Then we have perfect lane math. Then it splits into a double here again, which we're going to have to anarchy all this in real quick. We don't have the demands, huge demands with traffic around here. So a singular road going around is probably only and all we actually need. There we go. Just make it a little bit more efficient for the vehicles come in and out of this area. So let's quickly just set this up because I know some of this stuff would have now just disappeared, but shabam! That's literally all we want it to do. Now at this point here, right, I'm going to keep the same setup in. Just delete, let me delete this as well, those roads, because I can replace them with the other stuff. And of course, we need to upgrade this road now to a singular because we don't have that demand like I said before. And then what I want to do and implement here is then first we'll place in our ferry depot, which will drop just there. Then we'll place in our cruise ship harbour just here, but bam, and then we're going to use the touch this mod to get rid of it. And then we're going to replace it with... I know I'm kind of going counterintuitive here. We're replacing a singular... Hold on. Boom, make sure that's on. And also make sure that we are touching the ground. That would be nice. And even though it decided, you know what, Seniac? Even though you wanted to, I'm still not going to allow it to touch the ground. There we go. And I've just got to make sure that these are elevated slightly down. Now, if I selected you and brought it down, it doesn't really change much. I got to do it to the road. Just here. So bring that down so we're not elevated too much. Now, we're not going to get much traffic off these. I fully know this. I
completely and understand and fully get that we're not going to have too much traffic on here. But what we're setting it up for is we have the cruise ship harbour here, which actually means, if you think about it, and if I actually get rid of this road there and completely delete this like that, because we're going to do it a little bit differently, there is an additional one I want to get in, an actual ferry stop. That is because, one, we're going to have people come in and get off the cruise ship here. Now, these people that get off need to be able to get transported into Woodville or to our little village, wherever it may be and wherever they want to go from this point. So, one, I'm going to implement a ferry stop here so they can get off there, hop on another ferry and skedaddle where they want to get to. But also at the same time, what I'm also going to implement is, and that's the reason I haven't got rid of that train line, because we have a passenger line that does tear through this area. We can get it to make a stop off here as well. So if they don't want to take the ferry, because there might be, I've been on too many ships, Seniac. I don't want to get onto another ferry right now, and that's all cool. So we allow them to go onto the train line too. So I'm giving them two options when it comes to public transport as soon as they get off the cruise ship, which hopefully they are going to love and enjoy so much. And then I'm going to lead it from a singular road here. So bring that. Oh, I messed that up. Hold on. Nice little wiggle bend there. So it potentially gives me room here to play around and do stuff with. Now, straight away, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up by 5, go up to here by 20-ish, and then drop that in. There's nothing too perfect right now about what I've done, and I don't know if I should actually centralize that ferry stop a bit more. Yeah. And here we're going to place down with a train line, an actual train station, passenger stop. Now, my next question is, do I utilize or add in and implement a metro hub in this? The answer is no, because it will make all the other routes kind of completely redundant. So we'll drop you just in here, and that's where we're going to hook over this train line from. So continuing to go across. Right, that is keeping it in a straight line. And then this, we'll bring it across, and then here we'll implement it and raise it up to 10. So from there, it goes to there. But then if I do it from this way instead, a 7. You know, we'll just go for the 7 by 11. Keep it nice and simple. And there's an additional way, because obviously if I get the ferry line to there, some are going to want to take the train, some will take the ferry. It all depends on where they go in. Now, that train line that goes from here goes all the way around down to here. Then it simply cuts around and goes down to here. And I believe it actually stops just here, right? Yeah. It stops just here. So that's the last stop. It literally goes from there to over here. So then once they get to here, they then get onto either the subway line or they take another train. So if we implement then on both sides of the track, a stop there, and then on the other side, a stop here. I wonder if I can use both sides of the platform. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Nah. That's all good though. So they both journeys, they make their stop there just to additionally pick up more people who do come from that cruise ship line, and vice versa. You're going to get some people who do travel to this point from the ferry line. And again, once I build more stuff around this area, will start to get utilized a little bit more. And I don't know whether to actually incorporate this line then into this, so there's only one turn-off junction. Because it's only going to be one line. I don't feel like we need a whole dedicated turning point for it. But then I suppose we'll see how it goes. It depends how busy this is going to be. Really, isn't it? Yeah. Right, okay. So, water. Wait, do they... What's going on? Do you not have water? Please tell me you got water, right? Yeah. Don't have power. I get that. So I'm going to implement back in those little car park things. Because they're handy. Because people can park here. And at the same time, they provide a little bit of power too. And that's pretty much all we need to do for the most part until we implement all the other stuff in. Now, granted, it is almost midnight on a Thursday. No, this place doesn't have water. I think it's just on the cusp, isn't it, to where you can actually reach it. So there we go. They'll both have water now anyway. All good. So vehicles are already heading over here then. This cruise ship harbour is going to be used quite a bit. As people come from outside of the region. Which will be pretty cool to see. And I'll give it some time anyway, because now I've got rid of them two cargo harbours. I want to see how busy these three become. And I do have a feeling this is going to be the one they use the most because it's technically the closest route. But there's options, boys. We have options right now. And then I just might incorporate this to connect to this one here. So I've only got one turn-off connection. Just makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it? I think it does. So, with those now implemented in, we've got passengers from the outside of the region coming via boat. I then have the train line here connected up, going both connections. So these guys over here can get to the harbour, the ferry, or just toot along, and vice versa everybody else. Sweet. Perfect. Thus, minimalising the amount of cargo harbours in this area and utilising the other side of the dock a whole lot more. And from what I can see already, there is people already trying to get over to here as well. Sweet. So the only thing I don't have now in terms of completing the full connection is the ferry line. So let's take a look at that then. So, where would we implement it? Now, there's a couple of variations, a couple of ideas I could get and add in. One would be perfect to get one roundabout here next to this cargo harbour, which the more I think about it, do I just get rid of it? I don't know how well or how much or how utilised it is. Because we have all these little cargo harbours and stuff. Cargo train stations around that they can drop the goods at. I know it does take a little bit of the edge off this one, so maybe I do start... Oh, almost just knocked my tea over me right now. You damn folio Seniac. Yeah, so... It does take the edge off. I know it doesn't look very busy right now, but then again, it is like... very early on a Friday morning, nobody should be awake. But then again, look at how busy this one is over here. Look at how busy this one is over here. And this one over here at the same time. So it just kind of goes to show me that no one's really using it. So, goodbye! And in its place, we put down the ferry thing. Because that will be a nice little stop for the ferry line for the workers. Now, we do have a bus route that kind of tears through this area. And then what we do is... Well, hang on, let me get the road in first. Get the rest of this road all pretty much connected in. And then... Oh. No. I'm in tunnel mode. That's why it's not working. And then that way... I can get the bus line all connected up. So bringing this down and round, and you should be on the ground. And then, just like that, you wouldn't even know the difference. So that bus line, which comes over to here and has a stop just there, I'll actually first get it to come and stop on that side of the road next to the ferry line, and then get it to simply come around and stop on that little archway there. Just so we kind of then, if they can get on there, get on the bus and then drive to there if they want to get around to this area. Then off it skedaddles back to where it needs to go, which it pretty much travels around the whole of this kind of industrial area. So that will utilise the connection a lot. So that's a good little stop there. That's a good little stop. I'm impressed with that one already. So we got from one over here to one there. We are definitely going to need one over on this side. Now, let's take a look at the public transport first. So the closest stops to the edge of the water, we have the train station up there. We have this one over here, which is probably the better idea to get like a connection close by. We have no bus routes that kind of come through this area. Right, so I could centralize a hub here and have a bus that goes from both stations, like starts from here, goes around for the suburbs in these areas to there and back. That way you get on the ferry or you come in, if you want to come to the ferry, it's just a short bus ride from the train stations that can link you to a train, or it can link you to a subway line. Yes. I think that might be the one. So, the question is then, what road do I link it off? We have a junction here, which is obviously the obvious choice. Right. A lot of people like to use this one. I don't know what would happen if I got rid of that cargo harbour there, because we obviously got, oh my goodness me, there's so many cruise ships turning up right now. So many visitors want to come to Woodville right now. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. We're gonna get probably a lot of use on these. Oh damn! Look how many people are on the train line here. Right, let's get this ferry line set up anyway, because I could be losing it on fares. Now, this is my next issue before we do jump back into the old ferry business. This shoreline here with these trains. This is my next issue. Now, if I didn't have this in, the closest exploitation area for everyone around here is that one. And then we have a couple over there. But that's really it. Right? So, I feel like I need to kind of keep that in. It's just how I play around with this idea over here and how this kind of comes into fruition. We have the bypass route. We have the trains coming through there. You know, yeah, okay. We're just going to build from it. That's all I can do. I'm going to choose this road. Because to me, it kind of makes sense. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me get the ferry line in first. The ferry stop. So if I went there like that for now, just use the move it tool to kind of rotate it slightly and just move it down to about here, so it's almost as parallel as you're going to get it to over there. I'm going to actually rise it up a bit so the road is in the same level as the terrain. There we go. And let me see what I can do with this, because I want to incorporate the train line underneath it. So I'm thinking if I do something pretty cool with it, like if I do a 5x5, but then raise this up. Hang on, I'm on the wrong thing here, aren't I? Raise it up by 10. And then do the same on this side, a 5x5, but raise it up by 10. And then we go across by 4. And then do the exact same thing again, a 5x5. Well, that's not going to work now, is it? Hold on. 5x5, and then bring it down to 0. Oh, I need that connection right smack bang in the middle. There we go. We got it. We got there in the end. So, bam and bam. Ooh, hold on. So it kind of elevates over the train line, which is actually quite a cool little kind of system, isn't it? And then we bring that straight down in the middle to connect. And then I have a nice little bus loop that comes in and goes round. Oh, it's glorious. We're adding features. I like it. Eventually, we'll kind of filter more stuff around the short line and whatnot. I'm thinking about like doing more trees and doing some walking paths and maybe kind of create like a kind of like a city park so people actually utilize it or something like that. I don't know, or I might do buildings. I'm still not 100% sure on it just yet. But let's just get the bare minimum all set up anyway. The waterworks, and of course the power line, which in our case will just be that little park in there, the solar panelled car park, which will give us the power. So we have a stop there, we have a stop there, we have a stop over here. Now the only place I don't have a stop that could probably, you know, do really well with one would be the Wood Village area, but right now it's not really next to a shoreline. So I can't really utilize it too much. So I think those 3 stops are pretty much as good as we're going to get at the minute, right? Where everyone lives, that stop there. Where a lot of people work, which actually needs a few more workers. And then where everyone's arriving via tourism, which there is quite a lot of people right now. There really is. Did it tell you how many people use it? 205 people. Oh my goodness me. We got cruise ships for days turning up. And they're reasonably quite filled up apart from that one at 13. Get out of here, boy. There's a lot of people there waiting for the train. How full is that train? They're waiting to go in the opposite direction, aren't they? It could be this next train. Right, how many people on this one? 4. And then 18 get on board. Oh, maybe they're waiting for this train. 55. Then it goes to 30. What train are they waiting for? I don't know. I don't know. But it's now all going to change when we actually get that ferry line all implemented in. So, ferry, ferry, ferry. That's a ship path. This is the ferry line. Yes, the ferry pathway. So, we'll initially run the same line down where the ships run. So, it's like the same shipping path. And if I do almost like or as close to a 90-degree turn as you can potentially get. And then we lead it just slightly out. Just so then I can bring that down and then have that connected up. Have those connected up to there. And then we get our connection set up right now. So, we'll have them. These both come up and out like that. Just to kind of bring it away from the edge of it. And what would be the best way to do it? So, do we want to avoid the major shipping route? I think we do. So, if I bring that to there. Bring that round. And I think I'll bring that to there and then kind of turn it in to lead it over. That way this can connect straight up. So it comes down, either going left or right, whatever it may be. Sorted. Now I know that this would be a quicker route. Like that. But we'll see how it turns out. So, is this the ferry line? Yes. So if I start here, we then travel to over here, which then leads us to travel to over there. Then on the way back, and that is very hard to see, is a created line. Now if I do another one, but this one goes the opposite, no, actually, no, we're doing opposite way round, yeah. Because you get some people, they will queue up on both sides because some people want to go in a different direction to others. Ta-da. So hopefully we start to see people, which we already are, waiting for the ferry ships. And we might see a lot more people using them. And it might take a little bit of the edge off our train station. Which as of right now, there is so many people waiting. Right, please tell me this train here is about to get a load of passengers. Nobody. Does nobody want to get on these trains? 103. Ah, that one just got filled up, but it barely put a dent into it. Right, line details. Oh, we only have 2 trains on this whole route. Yeah, I'm going to put the 10. Because we do have like a ridiculous amount. Where are all these trains coming from then? Passenger train. Passenger train. There's definitely more than 2 trains there, right? Feels like there is. I will never know. I will never know, guys. But after those trains, but the trains, look at that, it's now spawning here, so a lot of people are now getting on those trains, which is good. And the amount of tourists we've got coming in as well is a big help for us. Another train out. Trains just keep spawning in for days. Want another one spawning? Yep. So give it a couple of revolutions of the line, and then we should be all up and running. So, it'll be some time anyway before we start seeing these ferry lines utilised anymore. I've got to get them more connected up to areas and stuff like that. So, we've got a bus line that goes up there. We've got to set up a new bus line up over on this side. And I get to, because obviously the green line, where does the green line go again? The green line comes from this station and then goes up and around that area. So this one, this new bus line, is solely to be connected from this station and to this station via bus. Goes through this area, but mainly connects that ferry line as well, so we can tear through everything. So if I place it just here on this side of the road, and then I will allow it to come up over to this side and connect there. Scoot along down to here to connect to there. Then we'll make it do a turn to go up to here. And then get it to stop at the same stop as that purple line there, so we're crisscrossing some lines. Get it to stop here as well, so it's quite close to this. Right, and then we'll get it to come down to here to stop just there. Bring it straight into here to stop. Yeah, there. And as it comes straight out, we get it to stop just here. So I've got to stop here for this area. I've got to stop there for that area. One there for this area. I'm trying to pick off all the areas as I can. And then this one will toot through to there, which is for this area. And then this one can stop just there for this area, even though it's in walking distance. But there we go. Simple line. Just a very, very simple line right there. The main purpose was to get people from over this stop and this surrounding areas here to be able to access the ferry line a bit easier. And it opens up the waterways. That's pretty much what it does. So all those people have pretty much almost disappeared from this train line. We have had 19 people in the last 40 minutes using our ferry pier over here, which they're slowly creeping in. Now we've got the connection up a bit more. We should be able to utilize it a whole lot better. There's people waiting over here as well, so they want to go in different directions. We're getting this place well connected right now. But this industrial area is complaining about there's not enough workers, so we need more residents. So let's see what we can do over here then by finalizing and finish off and completing a little bit more of this area. So let me just turn the anarchy key off for a quick minute and get that all the way up. Continue with the suburbs. Very basic, very standard. Getting them all added in. And then residential. Shabam. There we go. Have they got water? Ooh, almost. There we go. So a little bit more residential thrown in right there. And it's not going to solve the overall issue, but every little helps, right? Every little addition does help. Now, are we thinking about adding in more residential around these areas? Potentially, maybe yes. But I've got to fill up all these little nooks and crannies first, right? So, if I utilize my junction here to come straight down to there. Do it again. Oh, I've gone a little bit... I got one too far there, haven't I? Bam, bam. Oh, why is that one messed up now? They're all going to get messed up now, aren't they? There we go. I'll lead this over to be a connection just here. And we'll take that straight up to there. Do the same here. But lead that little connection off in that direction. As it then goes on to change and flip away from the pattern that we currently have. Now don't worry. We'll get set up paths and stuff to get these guys up and running. But we're just changing the approach to this area. There we go. So it still looks like a grid, but some's walking and some's not. Now, pause. All of it's going to be residential, except this little strip here. And the same just here as well. We'll turn that into a little bit of commercial for shops. So we've gone quite heavy on the suburbs. As we're getting closer to the park area, that is where the grid's going to end and the roads become more bendy and windy as they lead in and connect to this. So let me just get the water all finished over here. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Okay, okay. So let that build up then. Again, it is quite late on a Friday night again. So... Oh, they're actually building. Okay. Are they working overtime on a Friday? They must be. They must be right now. How many people on that ferry line there? 37 passengers. That's quite a few, to be honest with you, isn't it? That's quite a few. And I'm going to wait for the bus over here. I mean, some of them will jump into a car and skedaddle out of here. But we open them up to the big wide world and we have like stuff like that set up. So it's all good. It's all pointing in the right direction, right? Now, we've got... Okay, have we completely done the opposite right now? Do we have now too many trains over here? Because I'm going to cause a train jam with my own train line. I don't have enough people dispersing evenly. I need to get it set up like where that line is on the opposite side. Somehow, I don't know. Right, if I kill off that one bit there, which means that passes through in a different direction. Oh, how do I don't think I can get to the other side of the train track, can I? If I just drop that to there a second. Yeah, I don't know what the process is to do that, to be honest with you. Oh, but then again, by... Oh, snap. Okay, I might have created a monster. Because now everybody wants to get onto the ferry line because they can't go on a certain side of the train track. Oh, wow. Or is that just the initial people who are walking away from the train station? Could be. It could be. Also, is this ferry going to go? Are you going to go, ferry? Oh, let me delete that boat. Because the rest of the boats are waiting to go in. Alright, after they skedaddle slowly. Nah, there's an issue here, isn't there? Alright, let me delete that and that. Ferry pathway. Alright, does that work a little bit better? If I get rid of that ship again. I never had these issues before. Right, let me get rid of that one. Just until we get the right momentum on the go. That's better. They can now come in a bit easier. Right, all good then. I gotta sort what's going on with this train line then. So... I'm still going to have to get it set up to... They can go in both directions. But I wanted them to utilize the other train platform. What if I did a little U-ey down here? Hold on, guys. I'm just trying something. Okay, I'm trying something here. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work the way I want it to. Or I'm just humoring myself. Okay. So yeah. Just let me humor myself, guys. I was hoping I get to flip around to go on the other side. But they really don't want to do that. Ooh, that's a good point. Hold on. What happens if I flip it around like this and I'm forcing them to go around the long way? Oh, have I just got one on both sides of the train track right now? I don't know how I've done that, but it's worked. It's worked. Ooh, snap! So at some points we can have 2 trains arrive. At some points, anyway. And now we're utilising both sides of the train track. I want to see 2 trains go on both sides. Alright, this one's coming in. Okay, no, that one's waiting. But at the same time as well, I should have the whole of this being a one-way. Ooh, why are you pointing that way for? There we go. And now what's the issue with this? How are you now complaining? Huh? Have I now just broken it? Ah, I think I had to get it set up like that. It's because they needed to merge on both sides of the track. Oh, we had 2 in one platform there. Same with this one. Look at us go. Too smooth, boys. Too smooth. So, it's a bit of a shambles at the end of the day, but it works. And we're able to get the trains in and out a whole lot easier because you can utilise both sides of the platform. There's a lot of people waiting here, so maybe I do get rid of the second ferry line and only just keep the one in. Because having a counterclockwise one is not really doing it for us. And this one's got 20 people waiting. I'm going to delete that line. And then just add more boats to the other line. So this one where we've got like 300 people waiting. Double the amount of boats on it from 4 to 8. And we can utilize it a whole lot more. Right, sweet. Good stuff. Real good stuff. Quite happy with it, to be honest with you. Right, anyway then. Is there any... You know when we got little crossroads in the train track? How do you create one? How do you create a little cross, like a little crisscross to change track lines? Or is that only done... Right, pause. I don't think we can. I don't. You need like a double train track going in one direction, don't you? That's kind of what you need. I'm not gonna mess around with it because it's just gonna give me a headache that I don't need right now. Right, everything's all good, right? Yeah, there's lots of people waiting on this side. The ferry lines are now being heavily utilised, which is a good sign. A real good sign right now. People are waiting for this bus stop as well, which is already 30 people on there. Which, hold on, line overview, which is line 6, isn't it? It's Holy smokes, there's actually quite a few people waiting at these stops. I'm going to up it then to 20 buses. So there's some huge demand for that brand new line that I've just implemented in. I mean, I know the stops are near the train stations are the busiest ones. They're all jumping on right now and skedaddling out of here. I need to go through some of my bus lines and kind of like see what I can do about them. Because some of them could ideally be replaced with a subway line. But it's not bad, is it? It's a good little step forward. We've sorted this area out a little bit more as well. Not really any traffic, which is a good sign. It shows you that everyone can utilise the train lines a whole lot more. Planes consistently coming in and out. No, I'd say there's no train traffic, but turns out, yes, there is train traffic. Now, this is all down to this little section here, isn't it? Very interesting. Very interesting, I see right now. So, we've got to think of ways in which we can improve that line. Now, what it would be is everyone obviously coming in to go down to this direction, but also people crossing over to do a left-hand turn. Now, how many are doing that left-hand turn? You're doing it. So, why don't I very, very quickly right now, I want to try something. I've never ever, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've never ever played around with doing junctions with train lines. So if I brought this up by 10 to, let's say, go across to there, and then from here, oh, hold on, because this is me now messing about with something. So I'm going to very loosely create a little overpass for the train heading in that direction of traffic. So bear with me on this one. Okay, and then if I just set that up. Oh, no, I don't need to do it like that. It's this one I need to set up as going in that direction only. Which means that if you're wanting to kind of come from this way to do that turn, you got to take the overpass. It is a very loose overpass I've created. Oh, hold on. Power. Because I'm trying to minimize the amount of crisscrosses or crossovers some of the lines can do. And once I see somebody use this, which they're using it straight away right now, shows me that it is beneficial. I don't mind there being a backlog in traffic coming up from here because it's not really, I say it's not really important. This is my main bread and butter. This train line coming through, so I need to keep that as free and as open as possible. But I think what it also does as well is highlights the need to have that secondary line that comes all the way down to here to connect to there, to like completely bypasses the whole of Woodville. I think that what it also shows I need something like that. So I'm going to leave this little kind of terrible junction I've just created in right now until I can set something better up. And I just got to pay attention to how much train traffic are coming through, and I got to create that little bypass line. So it already comes down so far. If I made it all come down and connect it to this train line here that we're not really utilizing, then we're on to a winner. We're officially on to a winner, boys. But we'll see how it goes. We've got a lot of traffic right now coming in for the Robin's Hood Nature Reserve. I need more ways and people that can get over here as well, because this way vehicle is not good enough. I know we got a subway line in, but apparently not many people are using it. No one's using it, in fact. Are you sure there's even people here? I'm sure there's people waiting there. Don't lie to me, game. But guys, we're getting over here anyway. We've still got loads of stuff that we need to work on and get finalized and all set up. Now we're starting to get a little bit of train traffic tear through the middle. Shows us that we need to kind of set up some new stuff. Can you actually do... Again, this shows you how naive I am to train lines. I've never really played around with them. Can I not do junction stuff on them? Stop and start. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you're the ones that give way. Because I got to keep this line moving, because that's a major line that tears through, which will cause a lot of issues in the long run around this area. And it all starts over here. So that should now slowly start moving. And then clear through. So this could be that little hiccup that I just had there. I might have now just completely solved it. They're now giving way. Which they might cause a little backlog, but it is what it is. I might have to merge this into one junction because there's too many junctions here that are crisscrossing over. But yeah. Nothing that we can't solve. It's cleared all this little mess right now. But we definitely got some better systems that we need to get set up with. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it for here. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash the like button down below. Oh, we got water issues. I'm going to add in some more water towers. Until next time, as I quickly get all this added in, I'll see you all soon. So, good